During a recent stream show with S-Fan, NMP, and Sia and others, Katchii got a 30-hour flight to do a show with OTK, and she ends up getting really drunk and kicked off the show.
I'm gonna get cancelled on LSF. I've only been streaming for less than 3 months. I've already been cancelled for the less than 3.5 because of this game.
Speaking of which, contestant number 2, I love a good drink. Sex on the beach, Long Island iced tea, and so on and so forth. If we were to go for a drink, where would you take me? What would we drink?
Anywhere chat takes us. Anywhere chat takes us, we will go.
But what kind of drink? If chat were not part of the equation, what kind of drink would you serve me?
Okay. In general, I like clear liquor. So like vodka or tequila. But it depends. Also, it's always in-game, allegedly, because sponsors, please sponsor me. I've only been streaming for a month.
Girl who couldn't stream unless she was drunk gets plastered on sponsored finale. Shocking. Did she binge drink before the stream? I just tuned in right when this clip happened, so didn't see led up to this. She was so drunk she actually thought Sebby was asking her out on a real date during the middle of improv show. Jesus, man, Lowell. She got kicked out. She fumbled hard. Gerthy told her to fix her mic in the back. She was ruining the games for contestants. Nick said there is something wrong with her mic, and she has not come back since that was like 5+ minutes ago, so probably. At first, I thought it was an act, but it looks like she was just unreasonably drunk for some reason, was very cringy and off-putting. She had the biggest chance to do well in this competition and prove to the audience that she can be a normal, sober person on stream, but she failed miserably and crashed out, and now her arc with OTK is over. She'll always be known as that streamer drunk in front of 35,000 viewers. Big props to Sebby for handling it really well though. That guy is great. I'll have to be a complete idiot to ruin an easy chance at 1,000 to 2,000 viewers for life, and opportunities for free collabs with the biggest streamer org on the website. Now literally, nobody would ever risk a collab with her for what she did on the sponsored stream.
You were a robot that was sent to kill S-Fan?
She did not read the card.
Basically, and I'm here. So we'll see how the next round goes. The next goes.
Well, I think there's, hey, Katchii, can you go in the back? I think they said there's a problem with your mic. They gotta get fixed.
In a recent stream, BruceDropEmOff comes to a realisation after going to TwitchCon and meeting Miskiff and others. Here is Bruce saying that the drama isn't worth it.
I've been through and just going tit for tat with niggas on the internet, and then being in LA more than a Dodger. You know what I'm saying? It's it's not worth it. It's not worth going tit for tat. It's not worth, you know what I'm saying? Because when you see these people in person, or you know, and it's super different. And that's what I really learned going out in person, and you know what I'm saying, really walking the steps of the toes that God gave me, and really visualizing how people move when it's really flesh and blood in front of them. It's completely different, you know?
Miskiff finds out that Knut's being cheap.
Don't wear the clothing that your dad gives you to school.
No, because I can't have people find out that my dad is a streamer. For example, Stream Elements t-shirt. I can't wear that at school, bro.
No way your dad gave you a shirt.
You got them at TwitchCon.
No, I had them for a while. I got them before TwitchCon.
The painting looks good like that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Mom is tight, okay?
Everyone knows Knut is cheap F. He even kicked Arav out after telling him he could stay with him for his trip to US, after one of Arav's viewers purchased a mattress for Arav so that he didn't have to sleep on the floor. Knut couldn't even spend the $60 on a blow-up mattress for the guy. He had to sleep on the floor for 3 nights. And Knut keeps the mattress for his spare room now. Did Knut get citizenship here, or are they talking about in Norway? He mentioned he wants to get long-term stay because going back and forth every 3 months sucks. And Norway is great and all if you earn about average salary or below, but once you pop off those taxes, eats your money too much. Meanwhile, in US, it's basically the opposite. Don't know the taxes in Norway, but I can speak as a Swede. Friend of mine's father is in the high income bracket in Sweden, i.e. about $300,000 to $400,000 a year, and we had a long talk about taxes, with all the compounding taxes through his business, and as a private citizen he pays roughly 60% plus in tax.
Hayden Ross and Twitch streamer Sneeko at platform Holocaust.
You want to tell me another joke? Keep talking. I'm going to go ahead and ask you a question. What do you say, all things considered, that the Holocaust is wrong?
If it were real, yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is, and it is. And it absolutely
is.
You're
so fucking spineless. How the f can you sit in front of 45,000 people and say that the most well-documented thing that has ever happened in history might not have happened? I want to ask you a question. How the f do you know that Jesus resurrected from the dead, but you don't know if the Holocaust happened? Please answer that question.
Shroud of Turin. Shroud of
Turin. That's been
100%.
taken by the Shroud of Turin is a more reliable standard for evidence than the 250 independent sources that would justify that the Holocaust exists.
Listen, this isn't a Holocaust debate. Let's try to stay focused. This is a Christianity debate.
No, let's talk about it.
I've never been more shocked. Who would have thought they'd do that? Who listens to these guys for politics? Adin Ross could not even pronounce fascist and had to Google its meaning, and Sneeko would be a pedo if it was legal. Thank God that Destiny is still banned. Bro, Destiny platformed Nick too. In fact, it was he who created a bridge between Sneeko and Nick. Also, they're on Kick. I don't get why Destiny fans still defend this, when Destiny himself wouldn't even do it again. It was an obvious mistake. I guess admitting mistakes is mission impossible for DGG, because a lot of people think it's a noble goal to pull people out of the alt-right pipeline. It was a positive-oriented goal, even if Destiny no longer seems it worth the risks. Destiny pulled back when Nick started getting people in the community at the time banned. The point is that platforming him had a specific goal in mind, to push back on his ideologies to his audience to attempt to sway some of them away from that. The people who defend it are doing so because triggered people who hate Destiny will try to paint a picture like he was buddy-buddy with a Nazi instead, which is significantly different. Can you not see that? LOL. The one time Destiny hung out with Fuentes, without it being an explicit debate, it was because Fuentes pretended to have moderated his views. It was a second chance. And Destiny still made his opposition clear and had a track record of destroying him and other white nationalists in countless detailed debates. Why ignore this context? It was a mistake, in the sense that he allowed himself to be tricked. In that, he maybe thought too much about what would be exciting, interesting content, and too little about giving relevance to someone damaging who can't be trusted. I would call it a mistake, but people like you typically blow it out of proportion and describe it extremely uncharitably for the sake of weaponized purity testing. I mean, just look at the comment above. Who tries to draw a parallel between Destiny's legacy and what is happening in this clip, despite him being one of the most prominent and effective anti-far right political figures for the last decade? It's completely nuts.
E-Robert fails lifting wood.
Stupid fucking bike.